What a difference a week makes. Uptober is here. So now some of you, not all of you, but some of you, some of you can stop being little babies because Uptober is here. Finally, we're in October. You know, what I say, I slammed my desk. I said, don't capitulate in September. But now we're in October. And my goodness, I made a video, a short form video saying that it's a terrible idea to sell your crypto right now. And when did I make that video? I made it at the bottom. And my goodness, some of the hate that I got from some of you, again, not all of you, lots of love for most of you, but some of you, you know who you are, foregone. My goodness, man. All right, we're the worst is behind us. All that this was a higher low. And now we're fighting for something. We have a green day, a green October 1st. It really shouldn't be a surprise. We had the same thing happen in 2021. Year after the halving, October 1st comes. There's a bunch of worry in September. We had a red September. We had a green September this year, but in 2021, we had a red September. And oh no, what's going to happen? It looks like we're done. And then Bitcoin went from $43,000 to $48,000 in a day, which back then $5,000 was massive. And here we are. And we're at 117, got up to 118 for Bitcoin. And what's next? What's next? Wouldn't you like to know? No, I'm just kidding. Well, all right. I personally, I'm going to play this. If you bought a lot of crypto last week, honestly, Ethereum was at $3,800 or so, and you're up a good percent. I as a trader, just like to take some gains. Make some gains. I made some gains, and I'm taking some off the table. No, I mean, look, I bought $2,000 of Ethereum when it was at under 4,000. I'm selling. That was the play, and now I'm going to use that money for something else. Selling some options on Robinhood or something. I don't know, but I want to lay out let's just climb the wall of worry together. All right. We are not yet in Moon Boy territory. We're not yet in a position where you YOLO into Ponky or Fartcoin or something like that. Not yet. We're there. We're probably going to get there, and it'll be fun. We'll make some money. But right now, personally, seeing Bitcoin dominance in some things, let's climb the wall of worry, but I'm going to tell you what I think should happen. What should happen, honestly, is what's looking like just a repeat of 2021 for now, for October at least. I'm just laying this out for October. Okay, so someone was on my live stream yesterday saying that Bitcoin had to go down to $100,000. It had to go down to $100,000 before the bull run would resume. That's nonsense. If Bitcoin got down to $100,000, okay, the 50-week moving average is around there, okay, but I'd be singing an entirely different tune. No, Bitcoin's not going down to $100,000 anytime soon. Now, will it eventually get down to $100,000? Oh yes, definitely. 2026, something like that, early 2026. Let all the 4-year halving cycle mind virus people leave. And then sit on the sidelines for what they're going to miss out on, which is going to be the gains, the gains. All right. But here we are in 2021. You can see that big green candle, and I have some retraces here. Big green candle getting up to the middle of the golden pocket, struggling at the middle of the golden pocket, getting up to the 702 retrace, struggling at the 702. Oh no, we're dumping. We're losing the golden pocket. That must mean it's over. No. Green day, nice bullish candle there. And then ripping higher and then going beyond the September peak and eventually hitting a new all-time high. Now, we are much closer percentage-wise to the all-time high right now than we were at this time. So a rip like that would probably be more significant than just barely breaking the previous all-time high. All right, so there's that. There is that. That's essentially what I would expect over the remainder of this week going into the weekend would be a struggle in the golden pocket. Same deal from peak to bottom here. This is not an all-time chart, just from the peak in August to the bottom down to 107 and change. We are right now where we tried breaking through the bottom of the golden pocket, got rejected there. Going to struggle a little bit over the next few days in the golden pocket. But the big thing that I want to see is a confirmed higher high. That would be an establishment of an uptrend. We had our higher low here. We already had this. Smiley face. There we go. Higher low. That is higher than where we were, than this low right here at the earlier part of the month. And now I want to see a for sure higher high and not just a double top. Big deal. Not a double top. Some daily closes above this yellow box here. And then we're probably going to see a little bit of a struggle over the rest of the week into the weekend. And then maybe, hopefully, breaking out into making a stab at that all-time high the following week. We'll see. But here's wall of worry step number one is, yes, we need to break through. We need to break through these levels. Is there a scenario where this could just be a sort of a double top matching our peak in September? There's a scenario. I think it's an unlikely scenario, but there's a scenario that this is it. So, you want to buy crypto now? I'd wait a little bit, wait for a little bit of a dip here, but, looking very much like Uptober. What else are we looking at the wall of worry? I have 4 more wall of worry kind of things, and it's okay. It's okay. I preach this all the time. Let's be somewhere between 10 and 20% nervous, never more than 20%, but never less than 10%. Let's not be like the Moon Boys. They're going to get wrecked at the end. Although some of them have done quite well by making money off of their following. But anyone who follows the Moon Boys is going to get wrecked at the end. Let's not be like the Moon Boys. So obviously, next big thing is the Russell 2000. Can we see this actually break out into price discovery? That would be huge. Breadth in the market. Right now, Russell 2000 looks perfectly fine. It's just holding the 20-day EMA. It's been holding that for quite a while. There was a moment here where we got down to the 100-day EMA in the Russell, but right now we're just holding the Russell 2000, the 20-day EMA. That's perfectly fine to me. So can we break through? I would expect October that we would break through, whether that's this week or next week or in the future. Russell 2000's down today. Stocks are down today. Crypto's up. Last week it was stocks up, crypto down. This week it's stocks down, crypto up. What's next? We have the total altcoin market cap. You can see this blue line here, 1.71 trillion. That is the 2021 peak. And you can also see a very, very long 4-year cup and handle that's played itself out here. So here's the cup. We didn't quite get there, but that's good enough. 1.64 trillion in December of 2024. And here's the handle. All right, cup and handle. And so, yeah, of course, we're going to struggle here a little bit. And then we did have just the tip, a breakthrough barely of that previous cycle top a couple times in September, but then got rejected there. That's not a surprise. And so this time around, can we actually break through? Can we actually break through this peak? That is a significant wall of worry kind of thing for me. Yes, I'm expecting to break through. I am going to breathe a lot easier when we finally do break through. And likewise, I would say the same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum is a large part of the total altcoin market cap. Ethereum looks great. Ignore the projection. I was just this is a Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic projection where we'd grind a little bit around 4,400 or so for the next few days and then bust out. And then, maybe hang around a little bit 4,600 and then hang around the previous all-time high before breaking out. And maybe breaking up pretty far and then back testing that, and that would be a pretty scary moment, but back testing the previous all-time high. That's kind of my thoughts there. So can we see Ethereum actually get into price discovery? I'll be a lot more interested in small caps at that time. I'll be a lot more interested in meme coins at that time. Until then, I think they are going to underperform. But when the time comes to buy small caps and meme coins, I am going to be a buyer. But so many crypto charts just look like absolute trash still right now. It's so depressing on my live stream. It's like it's exciting day. Bitcoin's ripping. Ethereum's doing very well. A lot of altcoins are doing well, except for these small cap altcoins that somebody sold you some fake dreams about. What was some Kita? I don't know. Kita, Krill. I got questions about so many of them. The charts just look straight up dead. RSR. Now, somebody pointed out to me that RSR has a high TVL. That sounds great. You know what? Let's do this. RSR, but the chart for RSR looks terrible. The chart for a lot of these cryptos look absolutely terrible right now. Helium looks terrible. Now, volume's picked up. Okay, that's good, but Helium looks terrible. Let's see. I just clicking on some random ones here. GMX, GRT, a lot of them, Gala. They look like trash right now. At some point, I wouldn't be surprised if Internet Computer, oh man, I was wrong about that. earlier call with Internet Computer. There's going to be a time. That time is not now. For me, it's top 50. And what do I have in the top 50? I mean, even top 10, I have a good bag of Solana, a good bag of Dogecoin, a good bag of Sui, and I have my Rismus. you know the play with Rismus, guys. Come on. All right, wall of worry. Next point here. We have the DXY. This blue line right here is a major. Oh my goodness! If we lost this level, oh dude, you don't even know. You're not ready. When are we going to lose it though? So this goes back to 2011. This level, and I talked about this in a video a long time ago. It's probably on that account that's got banned on TikTok. But if we lost this level, things can get quite wild. And quite wild, I'm talking about .com level of insanity when we measure these assets in the dollar. And there's some hope here. I mean, we're getting rejected off of the bull market support band here, which, we don't really call it a bull market support band for the DXY. It's mostly only for Bitcoin. If we lose this level, we keep on, the rubber's going to meet the road here soon. Even just a straight down move to 92 would be pretty significant for risk on activity. RIP middle class and RIP poor people, but for like those of us holding risk on assets, to the moon, baby. So DXY, can we do this? Hopefully this is not a double bottom here. Hopefully for short term, of course, I guess I would prefer a strong dollar over what we have right now. So DXY matters. Bitcoin dominance definitely matters. And we are in the middle right now of this. You can't deny this is a bullish looking chart, unfortunately, for Bitcoin dominance. But it would be bullish looking until a lower high, in my opinion. So what would that look like? Let me get my yellow line here, my squiggly yellow line. How about a move up to the bull market support band? Again, we don't really call it that. And then, boom, alt moment. I'm not going to call it alt season. An altcoin moment, all right? So can we get that? Hopefully it's not something like this where it's like, goodbye, RIP altcoins. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I'd say chances are quite low that something like that would happen, so let's just delete that. But, a rally to a lower high. Let Benjamin Cohen congratulate himself for calling for Bitcoin dominance to get to 60%. And then let's get this party started for whatever the rest of this quarter looks like. I could see something like that for sure. So, all right, that's my wall of worry. Let's climb the wall of worry, and that's not a bad thing because it's not like we're in the perfect conditions for this massive, explosive 100x, the moon boys, all your wildest dreams are coming. We're not quite positioned there from a broader economic perspective, but we are positioned for something, hopefully, that some of these cards, not all of them, but some of these cards would be the right cards that we play, and we see altcoins do their thing. We see altcoins finally do something. An altcoin moment, not alt season, an altcoin moment. Somebody asked me a question more significant than 2024, more significant than December of 2024. That would be my bet. Less significant than, not even close to 2021 or 2018 for altcoins. Now here's a chart from North Star, the GOAT. This dude, he's been on point. Very big in precious metals. Got me kind of big in precious metals. There's lots of people I could give credit to for that. I have a lot of precious metals. I have a lot of precious metals miners, and I've done very well with those. But okay, so he's laying something out here. Bitcoin is going up again, but it's badly underperforming gold. A lot of things are badly underperforming gold. I've shown you charts before of certain assets, indices, priced in gold. We peaked in 2021 for the S&P and the NASDAQ if you price it in gold, which you should. So, but anyway, it's badly underperforming gold. I'm unbiased. So if it enters a bull market versus gold again, I'll switch back. So let's look at his chart here, because I've kind of laid out a hypothesis of sorts based off of my own workings of his chart. Yeah, okay, Bitcoin has broken down. Bitcoin broke down in early 2025 versus gold, but then it's had its moments where it's rallied, and you can see he drew a trend line here, and now it's broken down again. Okay, all right, and now what? Well, you know, even some kind of a dead cat bounce in gold is a massive move up in its dollar valuation. And so let me lay out a scenario that I would say would kind of be like, I don't want to say it's worst case scenario, but according to this chart, I mean, this barrier here, where he's saying very bullish above here for Bitcoin, even if we got to that barrier and got rejected, that would be something like $180,000 Bitcoin. Seriously. I know that, I mean, we're pricing this in gold. That would be, and that's just off the top of my head. Don't take my word for that. But that would be a much, much higher price for Bitcoin than here. So I'm not even going to lay that at scenario. Yeah, let's do that. I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, again, I'm expecting Bitcoin in 2027 to be much higher than whatever it gets to in 2025. But okay, here's a scenario. You can see Bitcoin price in gold. You can see there's probably going to be some resistance here. You can see a peak in December 2024, a lower high, even though Bitcoin's price put in a higher high in January of 2025, another higher high in terms of price in August of 2024, but a lower high priced in gold. All right, let's just rally to a lower high priced in gold. Let's just assume that gold's price is the same today as it is at that time. All right, I have to make that assumption. If we do that, that is a 17.49% increase in the price of Bitcoin compared to gold. And then, sure, Bitcoin goes into bear market. I'm very bullish on gold. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. I'm very bullish on silver, although we're reaching a 46-year resistance, 45-year resistance. But if Bitcoin does a 17.49% increase in the price of gold, in today's prices of gold, that puts us at $138,285. Are we okay with $138,000? Are we okay with $138,000 Bitcoin? I'm gonna suggest that yes, I'd be very okay with $138,000 Bitcoin, and here's why. Think about this, okay? If Bitcoin dominance goes down, which let's have Bitcoin breakout, let's have Ethereum breakout, Bitcoin dominance, we'll put in that lower high and then go down and go under 50%. Could it go to the lower 40s? Who knows? That's going to mean significant gains for altcoins. Again, not quite 2021 level, but significant, major gains for altcoins. So, sounds good to me. Let's all be right. Let's let the precious metals guys be right. Let Benjamin Cohen be right. Let who else wants to be, Mr. Cuz, you want to be right. Yeah, everyone can be right. When we price this in gold, Bitcoin rallies, Bitcoin hits new all-time highs, and then Ethereum rallies, Ethereum hits new all-time highs, and then sure, let's call it for a little bit. Let's call it for a little bit, but not for the entire time that the Fourier cycle apologists are thinking. Sounds good to me, man. Anyway, hit the subscribe button if you're still here. If you got anything of value from this, I don't see how you didn't get anything of value from this video. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. And that's all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.